Hi guys, and welcome back to another Gab's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And today, mag-emergency live lang tayo kasi we are seeing an unexpected Bitcoin move for the past 12 hours. So let's dive into this video. Let's wait for a few moments for other people to join in. Pero yeah, Bitcoin is right now breaking out of this moving averages as well as nagkaroon nga tayo ng pattern na sinundan kagabi. So if wala pa kayo sa ating Facebook, Telegram, and Discord group, link is in the description below. Sali kayo guys para makita nyo yung mga emergency trade signals na sineshare ko din. If you could recall dati, I think around April nung pataas halos lahat ng coins, I've been sharing multiple emergency trades noon. So in times like this, nag-share talaga ako ng mga emergency swing trades ko na pinapakita ko sa inyo guys. So yeah, let's dive into this Bitcoin short term. I hope na nakapasok na kayo dito sa chat. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button down below and click the notification bell icon so you won't miss our live streams like this para if ever na magkaroon tayo ng mga emergency videos tulad ngayon, hindi nyo mamamiss out to. So yeah, let's check first the Bitcoin short term. As you could recall, we have been following ito nga yung nagkaroon tayo kagabi ng ito, inverse head and shoulders pattern. So, ang inverse head and shoulders pattern is a trend reversal to the upside. So, ayan o, trend reversal, trend reversal, ayan, head, shoulders, and then head. So, ang inverse head and shoulders, that's actually a trend reversal. So, dapat galing tayo sa downtrend para masabi mo na inverse head and shoulders. And then, saka tayo magkakaroon ng trend reversal. So, ayan o, nagkaroon ng trend reversal to the upside. So, ito yung nangyari ngayon. So, how do we get the target for this candle, for this pattern? We actually get this trend line, itong trend line from the neck up to the head. So, let's say sagad natin sa head. And then, nilalagay natin siya sa point of breakout. And then, from the point of breakout, yun doon natin malalaman yung target natin. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman kung confirm palagi ang move? Para malaman natin na confirmed ang move, oops, napindot. Para malaman natin na confirm yung move, kailangan yung tingnan palagi is yung volume. And this one, nagkaroon tayo ng big volume. So, ito. Ito yung normal volume na nagde-decline. Pero pagdating dito sa point na to, nagkaroon ng spike sa volume. So, tumaas yung volume. So, doon natin nasasabi na confirm yung kanyang movement. So, this one, for example, is an example of a confirmed movement and pattern. And unlike dito sa isa, itong bigger triangle na sinundan natin nung isang beses, ito. Kaya sinasabi natin na hindi to 100% confirmed move kasi wala tayong major volume. Tingnan mo, nag-decline lang pero walang nangyaring significant pump. So there was no pump in this area. That's why this was not a 100% confirmed breakout. So this is why I've been saying na is this dump sustainable? It's because there's no volume confirmation to indicate that this was a 100% confirmed breakdown. And that's why I've been telling you to follow these support levels kasi these support levels would tell us on where are we going to more likely get support or a rebound. And as you can see, we have been getting rebounds exactly from different support areas. So let's zoom into the hourly again. So ayun, sa hourly, we are getting support at the 32.3K level. We are also getting support at this area. So ito, may mga lines ako dito now which I've been telling you to follow kasi those would more likely play at that area. On my previous video, I actually told you na this would more likely play a sideways action, not unless magkaroon tayo ng breakout to the upside or to the downside. So if you have seen that video yesterday, you were actually prepared on what will happen on this. So if you have traded this swing trading opportunity, itong swing trade for support and resistance, that's actually a good news kasi you have been entering different position dito for some long and then short, long, short, long. So, pwede nyo siya i-take into consideration. Pero if nagkaroon tayo ng breakout, dun tayo magkakaroon ng pump to the upside. And that's what happened we had a breakout from this neckline and then from this resistance. That's why we had a pump. So now, what's the next move? Is this pump sustainable? Are we going to see a movement going to the upside? Well, let's look at the indicators ngayon. So for the hourly, as you can see, we are not yet oversold. We are not yet overbought. So, however, we are about to enter into overbought territory. So this would indicate na this price would more likely start to somehow get resistance at siguro around the next few hours. Kasi meron na tayo ditong magkakaroon na tayo ng overbought area. And then if you're going to follow this a 4-hour time frame, we are actually breaking out from this 100 moving average in the 4-hour time frame. But the question is, where is the next resistance? So the first resistance na you should watch out for is this 34.5k level. That's a major resistance which we have been which we have been acting as strong support and strong resistance for the past 2 months. So as you can see, ever since May 18, May 20, that was our support. And then from June 20 onwards, that was our resistance. So this is a level you should watch out for, the 34.5k up until the 35.8k or more likely 36k. So those are the areas you should be watching out for. And then let's look at this movement. So if we will be having a candle close for our candle close, take note for our candle close above this 4-hour time frame 100 moving average. If we have a candle close above that, this would more likely indicate that we are going to get movement up until this resistance of 34.5k, or if not, we could continue up until this 200 moving average. And if let's say we get resisted by this red area, this major resistance, let's just extend this red area. So, ayan. Let's say we get rejected at this area, this 34.5k. We could actually still play and then go around this level. And then let's say we break this, we could enter this next level of around this 200 moving average area. So this is a crucial level which you should be watching out for, which is the 100 moving average and the 200 moving average in the 4-hour time frame. That will tell you if we are actually going into the next price action. So yeah, that's Bitcoin for the coming hour. So this is what you should be watching out for right now. But the question is, are we going to get a early candle close above this 200 moving average ngayon? So in the early, if you're going to look at this in the early, we are actually breaking out from this 200 moving average here in the early time frame. So let's just clear this view. So if you're going to look at this at the early, there's the 200 moving average, and we are right now breaking out from this 200 moving average. So if we are going to have a candle close above this, this would more likely continue the movement up until siguro 34.5k nga. Yeah, 34.5k will be our major resistance for this price action. And 34.5k would be more likely around this area. So this would indicate that we could play around at that level. And then, yeah, 34.5k is also a reasonable resistance kasi nga, if we are going to be overbought at this level, you could actually see the RSI going above 70 by the time na pumasok tayo dito. So this would indicate na this level nga would be a possible resistance, which is the 34.5k level. So guys, if you find this video informative, please give this video a like para you could support the channel. Now let's move on to the Ethereum price action naman. So for the Ethereum price action, tingnan naman natin to. So previously, ang sabi ko sa inyo about the Ethereum price movement is you should be following the moving averages as well as itong rising wedge. Kasi 'di ba sabi ko sa inyo, meron tayong rising wedge, ayun, rising wedge, and then we broke to the downside. However, just like what I've been telling you previously then, there was no volume at this area. So, yun nga, no volume. That's why this could lead to a possible bounce at around the support levels, which is yun nga, this one is the 2K area, 2.1K dollar area, 2000 US dollar area. So those are the levels na you should be watching out for, 2000, 2100, and 2200 level. So yun yung mga crucial levels kasi in nga in times of a breakout with no volume confirmation, that's not a 100% confirmed breakout. So yeah, yun yung kailangan nyo tingnan. And right now we are actually getting bounces from this support level nga, which is around the 2.1K area. So that's why we have been seeing bounces. And then other than that, what I've been also telling you is you should be following the 20 moving average in the hourly. So let's open the 20 moving average muna dito. So 20 moving average, as you can see, is this area. So nagkaroon tayo ng bullish divergence previously. So kaya nagkaroon tayo ng pump. Sinignal ko to sa inyo the other day. So ayun na yung pump po. Nagkaroon tayo ng pump. And then after that, sabi ko sa inyo, need nyo i-follow itong 20 moving average. And yun nga, we have been playing at this 20 moving average for a quite of time. So possible na baka maglaro pa tayo dyan up until this resistance. Pero if not, pwede, pag na-break natin tong resistance, we could actually continue. And look at this. Look at this RSI. RSI is showing healthy signs na we might still possibly get more Ethereum pump in the coming hours kasi we are not yet overbought nor getting oversold nor having any bearish divergences. So this is a good sign na Ethereum might still go higher siguro around the next resistance. Let's check other resistances dito. So if you're going to open the 20, 50, and 100, ito yung 50 yung yellow. We actually broke out from the 50 moving average and we are now actually getting a pump to the upside up until this 100 moving average. So yeah, if ever na magkaroon tayo ng candle close with above this 50 and this yellow line, we could see siguro a movement up until this 100 moving average in the hourly. However, ito yung kailangan tingnan na time frame, which is the 4 hour. So let's look at the 4 hour time frame naman. So for the 4 hour time frame, as what I've been telling you, the major support for the Ethereum dump is the 50 moving average in the 4 hour time frame. So let's open just the 50. I mean the 100 pala. So 100 moving average. So ito 100 moving average in the 4 hour time frame, you could actually see that this 4 hour time frame is acting as a support for the Ethereum dump. So kasi nga since there was no volume with this breakout, we could get support at some support levels, which is ito nga, the 2.1K area, as well as this 100 moving average. So now we are getting, siguro we could play around this area. Pero, this is the next thing na you should be watching out. If you're going to look at the 50 moving average, we are also seeing some resistance at this area. So, possible na dyan tayo magkaroon ng resistance, which is around 2 point, that's roughly around 2225, so 2225 level. And then, yeah, ito yung mga levels na kailangan nyo tingnan din. So, let's hide the 50 and look at this level. So, if, let's say, mag-continue pa to, pwedeng mag-converge yung ating moving averages and this could more likely indicate na baka tayo magkaroon ng another symmetric triangle dito, which could possibly show us or give us another trading pattern or trading opportunity for this one. Pero let's say hindi siya hindi siya nag-continue up to that level. Let's say nagkaroon siya ng instead of that, nagkaroon tayo ng inverse head and shoulder. We could say na this could more likely lead to a pump up to this level if nagkaroon tayo ng mga inverse head and shoulders at the shorter time frame. Pero ayoko pa ako personally ayoko pangunahan yung mga ganon. I'm not going to signal that one out unless makita ko talaga na nagko-form. Just like yung nangyari dito sa Bitcoin price na nag-form talaga muna bago natin kinonfirm yung movement. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys na wag nyo muna ite-trade to not unless magkaroon tayo ng confirm or hourly close. So balikan natin muna si Bitcoin saglit. Kita mo bumabagsak pa din siya eh. Hindi ibig sabihin na lumampas tayo sa sa resistance, confirm move na siya. Kailangan niya muna mag-close above. Pero if nag-close na to above, siguro mga 9, this would more likely say na pwede tayong umakyat na. Pero that's a 50% na confirmation. Kung gusto mo na 100% confirmation, look for the 4-hour time frame kasi si 4-hour time frame talaga yung may major support and resistance with this area. So yeah, balikan natin si Ethereum. So doon tayo more likely mag-play out. And look at this. In the 4-hour time frame, MACD is about to cross, indicating na we might actually possibly get more pumps pa for Ethereum kasi MACD is showing some signs na we might get a trend reversal. So this is not yet confirmed, but we still need to look at this before we need to have another few more candles na makita na magkocross talaga siya to indicate na talaga magpapump tayo to the upside. So if you want to support the channel guys, you could actually leave a donation down below dito sa YouTube Super Chat. So you could just click the dollar button down below and then select kung ano yung gusto nyo i-donate. So let's take a look naman with Axis since alam ko maraming sa inyo tumitingin ng Axie Infinity token. Inumin ko lang yung coffee ko saglit. So for Axie Infinity, as what I've been telling you, meron nga tayong overbought area dito. So overbought. So sa RSI, naging overbought tayo sa 4-hour time frame kay Axie Infinity. So ito, nagkaroon tayo ng decline. Pero, as what I've been telling you, this could still continue pa din if magkaroon tayo ng bounce sa 20 moving average. Sabi ko previously, kailangan nyo tingnan yung 20 moving average for the Axie Infinity price action at meron tayong resistance at the $17 area. So, ngayon, is this movement confirmed na magpa-pump na siya? Not yet. So, kailangan natin ng candle close above the $17 area para ma-confirm natin yung move ni Axie. So, tingnan natin to. So, mapapansin mo yung Fibonacci retracement levels natin. Nagpe-play out siya exactly at those levels. So, ayan na meron tayo dyang support and resistances. Ito pa isang support and resistance. And then, ito yung latest, yung support and resistance ngayon. So, makikita mo na nagkakaroon siya actually ng somehow na wave form dito. So, this is actually a good levels to watch out for yung support and resistance in the Fibonacci retracement tool. And right now, hindi pa tayo confirm na aakyat kasi in order to confirm this, kailangan ng 4-hour candle close above this resistance nga. So, wala pa tayong confirmation. If nagkaroon siya ng confirmation, of course, this would pump the upside for the 4-hour time frame. So, this is a big time frame. Hindi siya yung hourly time frame na normally sinusundan ng mga iba. Pero yeah, this is for the 4-hour. Pero look at this. RSI is declining. So ito, meron tayong this is the highest, this is the most overbought area ni RSI. Pero yung second, nagkaroon ng lower high. And then, you could actually see na meron tayong nag-form na resistance, which is, yun nga, bearish divergence. This would indicate now we are very oversold and Axie Infinity token is starting to get weak in terms of its movement. So if I were you, I would start taking profits for Axie Infinity anytime soon. Kasi yun nga, this is very overbought and we are seeing multiple bearish signals for Axie Infinity. So yeah, be cautious dito sa movement dito guys. Pero if I were you, I would not enter any trades ngayon kay Axie Infinity kasi masyado na overbought guys. Thanks Jonel Santa Maria for that donation. BNB, sige. After nito Axie, daanan natin yung BNB. So, yeah. Ito si Axie. Let's look at the shorter time frames. Tingnan natin yung movement niya. Actually, makikita mo din yung kanyang bearish divergences somehow kasi ito, declining din tayo dyan sa RSI. And we are starting to get some resistance at the $17 area. Ayun o, resistance. Pero kailangan na 4-hour candle close to confirm this pump ng Axie. Pero yun nga, overbought, so I would not recommend you trading these levels. In fact, wag na kayo pumasok sa Axie ngayon kasi overbought na. So yeah, that's for Axie. And ano ba yung highest price action nito? Yung foreseeable market, foreseeable high natin for the next coming weeks. Dito sa Fibonacci, $42 yung 41.8 US dollars ang maximum pump ni Axie. Pero yun nga, bearish divergences, so this would more likely get a decline anytime soon. Let's now look at BNB naman, Binance token. Possible pa bang bumaba si Axie sa 17? Yup, actually tingin ko nga possible pa nga bumaba si Axie up until $11 ulit eh. Kasi tingnan mo, if hindi tayo nagkaroon ng candle close above the 17 US dollars area, ito, if hindi tayo nagkaroon ng candle close at this area above the $17, this would decline again up until siguro more likely around $11. Kasi tingnan mo, nung nagkaroon tayo ng resistance dito sa $17, nag-resist tayo up until $11 area. So, this would indicate na if hindi nga tayo nagkaroon if nagkaroon tayo ng resistance dito sa $17 area, more likely babagsak si Axie up until this level and possibly habulin niya itong 50 moving average. So, by that time siguro at this level, 50 moving average would range around this Fibonacci area. So, if I were you guys, wag na kayo pumasok sa Axie ngayon kasi sobrang overbought na siya. So, may mga iba nakikita ko nagtatanong na, should I invest in Axie? Uh, ang sagot ko dyan, you could invest in Axie for the long term. However, now is not the best time to enter kasi overbought. If you want to invest, you should always wait for an opportunity to enter. Or kung very long term ka naman, siguro pwede mo namang gawin na iwanan mo na, pero wag mo na titingnan yun. Pero yun nga, always wait for a pullback and a dip. Lagi kang titingin sa mga dip niya kasi doon ka magkakaroon talaga ng profit, hindi yung pag sobrang na-hype na sa kakapapasok. Doon ka malulugi. So yeah, yun yung for Axie. Na masyadong matagal tayo kay Axie, daan naman tayo kay BNB. So for BNB, let's look at this naman. Let's look at the daily muna. Then let's look at the logarithmic chart. So for BNB, let's look at these levels. Actually, maganda yung movement ni BNB ngayon. So, sige. Pasadahan natin si BNB. So right now, we are seeing this BNB movement. This is actually in the daily time frame. So, marami ditong good news for BNB. So first is itong 200 moving average. 200 moving average is actually the lowest possible support for BNB. And if you're going to look at historical data, that would be our last resort if magkaroon tayo ng dump. So, isang beses pa lang natin siya na-test and that was way before pa. That is around, anong year to? That is around 2020 pala. And that is September 4, 2020. Doon tayo nag-play around the 200 moving average area. Pero ngayon, since bumalik tayo ngayon sa 200 moving average, so this is actually a good sign. This is a buy signal for me, to be honest. Kasi in my point of view, every time na bumabagsak ang coin to the 200 moving average in the daily, that's a very good buy signal for not only sa futures trading, pero overall in the spot market kasi this is the best time to accumulate more BNB if we are at this level ng 200 moving average. So, if I were you, magbobodega ka na ng BNB at this time. So, para kasi bihira lang makapunta si BNB at this 200 moving average. So, if I were you, I would enter at this level, this which is yung 200 moving average, and then mag-exit ka at say around above the 100 moving average. Pero yeah, so right now, BNB is playing around the 200 moving average area. So, ayan no. And the moving averages are going down, the 20 and 50. Pero ito yung kailangan nyo i-watch out. If let's say nagkaroon tayo ng movement, possible na mag-play si BNB around this level of for the following days around 297 up until 337. So possible na mag-play siya around that area. Pero if na-break natin itong 50 moving average daily, possible na mag-pump tayo for BNB up until 433 US dollars. So ganun kataas ang pwede nating abutin na level for BNB if ma-break natin yung 50-day moving average. So that's BNB for the daily. Let's try to look at this naman at the shorter time frames. So para may makita tayong movement. So sa ngayon, bullish si BNB kasi as what I've been telling you, 200 moving average is yung crucial area. So previously, yung 200 moving average that would act as a support if nasa if bullish yung movement, pero if bearish, that's a resistance. So sa ngayon, BNB is actually acting this 200 moving average as support and right now we are bullish for BNB. Pero look at this, meron tayo nagpo-form na possible na rising wedge. I think this is a rising wedge kasi tingnan mo. This is a movement, this is a resistance, and this is a support. So this is a rising wedge. So this would indicate na baka bumagsak si BNB. This is a good shorting opportunity if nagkaroon tayo ng breakout to the downside with volume. And is this possible? Yup, possible siya. Ang technical target nito would be the bottom of this rising wedge. So if mag-breakdown tayo kay BNB, you could say na this could be a movement somehow like this. And then if mag-breakdown, yeah, ito yung target. Pero meron din tayong bullish scenario for this rising wedge. So in terms, if we are in a bull market, usually a rising wedge, traditionally it is a bearish pattern. Pero if nasa bullish price action ka, this can sometimes more likely lead to a pump. So if nagkaroon tayo ng breakout to the upside, this would be a big move up to 330 US dollars for the short term. Pero in cases na mag-breakout lang tayo to the upside. Pero if hindi, we might still go down for BNB. Pero this is actually a trend reversal pattern to the downside, which is yun nga, the bottom of the wedge, which is around 304 US dollars for BNB. So yeah, that's BNB for the short term. Let's go back to the Bitcoin price action. So sa ngayon, nagkaroon tayo ng early candle close above. Pero sabi ko sa inyo, for BTC, for Bitcoin, balik tayo kay Bitcoin. As you can see, we had an early candle close above this, say, 200 moving average in the early. Pero ang kailangan nyo dito is a 4-hour candle close para masabi mo 100% confirmation na aakyat tayo. So this is more likely around mamayang 12 pa para masabi natin confirm yung move niya to the upside. So sa ngayon, I would suggest not to enter any trades for Bitcoin kasi this is a very dangerous movement for the Bitcoin price kasi nga in the shorter time frame in the hourly we are starting to get oversold. Actually, meron na tayong bagong candle since nagkaroon na tayo ng candle close. Let's try to check this movement. I think in the 15-minute time frame meron tayong possible declining price. Yeah, meron nga. So right now we are forming this increasing price action and then RSI is declining. This would indicate na we might possibly see a dump for the Bitcoin price. And to know kung gaano tayo bababa dito, the first trend reversal dito would be, the first trend reversal target would be the 20 moving average. So yun yung magiging first target. So if na-break niya to, the 50 moving average would be the target. And then next is yung 100. So yun yung kailangan nyo tingnan ngayon for BTC. Pero since nasa 15-minute time frame lang siya, this is a smaller bearish divergence. And look, MACD is about to cross to the downside, indicating na, yun nga, mag-play out itong bearish divergence for the shorter time frame. Pero for the longer time frame, kailangan natin ng confirmation at this level sa ating moving averages. Ethereum, napasada natin yung Ethereum kanina lang. You could actually scroll back to see Ethereum. Let's also try to look at the Bitcoin dominance nga naman. And let's also see this movement ngayon sa daily time frame. So pasada muna natin yung daily time frame before we go into the Bitcoin price action for the Bitcoin dominance. So this is now for the long-term movement. So for the long term, we are actually seeing this still the same falling wedge pa din. Pero right now, look at this. I think this is a good sign forming kasi the 50-day moving average is actually getting a plateau move. So makita mo, nagle-level na siya at around this level. So possible na baka nga ito na yung lowest point natin, the bears are losing and we might now possibly get a trend reversal na nga talaga. So ayun, and look at this. RSI resistance has been RSI natin ang consistent ng kanyang support and resistance oh. So nag-drop siya and then nag-support, drop, support, drop, support. So on track pa din talaga yung RSI natin hanggang ngayon. And this would say na ang maximum period natin na masasabi na magkakaroon ng breakout sa RSI, ang longest time talaga is around July 17, July 18. So this would indicate na there's a possible breakout happening anytime soon. Pero if you are following this is actually a bullish divergence kasi declining yung price and then increasing your RSI. That's a bullish divergence and a trend reversal to the upside. So we are yet to see the breakout na inaabangan natin for the Bitcoin price for the longer time frame kasi wala pa tayong volume. So ayun, no volume pa din. No volume, no breakout sa RSI resistance, and wala pang na-breakout na level sa moving averages. So sa ngayon, we are not yet breaking out for Bitcoin in the long term, pero short term, yun nga, nasa overbought movement na tayo, pero itong long term price action natin is showing some signs na anytime soon, siguro in the next coming days, na doon tayo magkakaroon ng pump for Bitcoin. So abangan natin siya guys, and subscribe kayo guys para makita natin yung mga next videos. Bibigyan ko kayo ng daily update regarding this. This is a very interesting move. Kasi if mag-flip na tayo dito, this is certainly bullish for the Bitcoin price and the crypto market itself. So, Ang tagal na ng consolidation period natin actually dito, guys. And di ba dati sabi ko sa inyo na meron tayong tatlong scenario na sinusundan, which is either the V-shaped recovery, a midterm bear market, or a reaccumulation phase. And right now, this is actually more of, for me, this is more of a reaccumulation phase. Some people will say na this is a bear market kasi nga we went below this moving averages. Pero for me, this is a reaccumulation phase kasi mapapansin mo na sa isang level lang naman siya eh. Hindi naman siya nag-dump pa further eh. Kung nagko-consolidate lang siya. So for me, reaccumulation phase, and para masabi natin na tapos na tayo dito sa ating reaccumulation phase, kailangan nga natin ng breakout sa RSI resistance. So let's try to look at this at the weekly time frame. So for the weekly, makikita mo na support talaga natin yung 20-week moving average. So ayan no, 20-week moving average. So ngayon, nasa 30K level yung kanyang support. So possible na ito na ngayong floor price niya, itong red line. So I don't see Bitcoin going to 25K na marami nagpe-predict na babagsak si Bitcoin once na nag 30K na. May iba nagsasabi na, oh no, nagda-dump, aabot siya ng 25K, 24K, 20K. I doubt na mangyayari nun. That's are saying na that's unlikely for the following days kasi siguro ang lowest point natin would be the 28K level pero 25K, I think that's getting unlikely na. So yeah, that's Bitcoin dito sa area na to. Let's now look at the logarithmic growth curve naman. So quick update kay logarithmic growth curve. As you could see, we are still at the halfway point of the market cycle. So we can say na this can still go lower pa din. Lower tuloy. No, I mean we could still go higher kasi as you could see, our market cycle top is increasing, and right now the maximum foreseeable market cycle top is 134K. So ayun, medyo mataas na yung ating market cycle top. And as you can see, time is on our side. The more na dinedelay natin yung movement, the more na tumataas yung ating market cycle top. So let's go back to the Bitcoin short-term movement. And I think nagpe-play out yung sinasabi kong bearish divergence. Yeah, nagpe-play out siya ngayon. So yeah, that's a bearish opportunity. And more likely, ang support natin is yung 20 moving average. So let's dive into the comments section lang. Pasadahan natin. SLP. Sige, daanan natin yung SLP. Fair play to you to do both languages, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. Actually, I'm actually receiving multiple comments on which language should I use. There's actually about half of my subscribers are requesting for a Tagalog, a Filipino language for technical analysis, and another half is recommending English for technical analysis. So right now I'm actually trying to balance them out both so that we could actually check if which would be more suitable for our audience. So yeah, I'm trying to gauge and balance out the language selection and language for our technical analysis. But yeah, I'm happy to give you analysis for both in Filipino and English. Axis na daanan natin, Axie Infinity token na daanan natin yun, so you could scroll back at this earlier part ng video. Shout out, shout out Dub1 Do Gaming TV. Shout out din kay Joshua Rodriguez. So, let's take a look naman at SLP. So, tapos na tayo kay Axie Infinity token. Let's go to SLP coin. So yeah, this is SLP. So let's try to look at this at a bigger time frame and see if we could get some Fibonacci retracement area. So ito. Let's let's draw a Fibonacci retracement. So this is actually not ideal to do a technical analysis if ganito yung movement kasi we are lacking data. As what I've been doing, I mostly want to follow data rather than dubious speculation. Pero yeah, this is actually now for the Axie movement, SLP. Let me just align the Fibonacci retracement. And then yeah, so this is the Fibonacci retracement. And as you can see, we are actually getting support and resistances for SLP at this area. So we are seeing this is a major resistance, resistance, this is a resistance and support, and then on the other hand, this is a major support resistance. So what would this tell us in the movement for SLP? So right now, if you could see this, this is actually a resistance. So this would say na the 24 cents would be a resistance area. So we are actually going to get resistance at the 24 cents area. However, if the lowest possible support which we could get for this is the 2 cents, 20 cents area. So 20 cents area would be the support. And then if we break this area, we could still go down to 14 cents. So right now, ang kailangan mangyari is this has to play and get support at this area para masabi nating healthy ang kanyang market. Pero look at this. I think we're seeing multiple bearish signals. So let's try to look at the bearish signals kasi yun yung important dito. So right now, SLP is oversold, overbought. So SLP is overbought, and as you can see, meron tayong increasing price action. And then look at this RSI. We have a declining RSI. This is not a good sign, and this would indicate a possible trend reversal to the downside. But still, this can still continue, and this could still continue the bearish divergence. Let's say we could get a bounce dito around the 20 moving average. So let's say we could get a decline, and then we could get that bounce and then continue this movement. So this would indicate that RSI would be playing somehow like this. If that's the case, this would be a bearish signal for trend reversal. So this is a selling opportunity. So this is the time where you should be selling. So for SLP, you need to look at the 4-hour time frame support in order to know kung saan tayo babagsak. And yeah, SLP is overbought as of the moment, and we are possibly getting bearish signals for the coming next 24 to 48 hours for SLP. So right now, I would not recommend buying SLP as of this moment. You should buy SLP pag yung kanyang RSI is below 30. Right now, RSI is at the 68 index. So this is overbought and about to enter the overbought area. So ayan, let's check this movement ngayon for SLP. Ayun na, 20 moving average. Regardless of time frame, I think 20 moving average is very crucial for the first support in a bullish movement. So, if ever na magkaroon tayo palagi ng dump like this one, the 20 moving average would act as support. And if na-break natin siya, 50 moving average would be the next target. In fact, the 50 moving average in the early would be the best support to look at for. I think that's the best entry point for SLP, which is the 50 moving average and the 100 moving average. 20 moving average is somehow not ideal for me for entry in the hourly, pero that's ideal for the 4-hour time frame. Kasi bigger time frame is much better, of course. Kasi mas mabilis at mas matagal yung kanyang movement and mas longer yung kanyang possible pump if sa 4-hour time frame ka titingin. Thanks, Manny, for the donation. So yeah, SLP is overbought. We are getting bearish signals, and yeah, you should watch out for this movement. Fourth. What's fourth? I'm not sure kung ano yung fourth. Pero let's look for fourth. So let's look at the bigger time frame for fourth. Hindi ko to ma-analyze kasi this is very early pa for me. So this is very hard to analyze kung ano yung movement kasi right now we are still on a downtrend for fourth and this is very early to tell kasi we are lacking data for fourth. Pero in the shorter time frame, let's try to look at the moving averages. So yeah, we could play around the 20 and 50. Pero right now we are acting 20 moving averages as support. RSI, it's not overbought nor oversold. So this could more likely move sideways for fourth. So ayun, tingin ko mahirap siya i-analyze ngayon kasi yung indicators niya is tinan mo nasa gitna. Nasa 50 RSI in fact. So yeah, not much to analyze at this fourth movement. Possible target price ni SLP in this bull run. Sige, let's try to understand the possible movement for SLP. So for SLP, as of this moment, ang highest point natin for SLP is the 42 cents. Pero yung maximum niya, the maximum, the foreseeable maximum for SLP as of the moment is 1.58, 1.59 US dollars, or actually 1.6 US dollars for SLP. Maximum, take note, that's a maximum movement. Hindi siya guaranteed na aabot doon, pero that's somehow an indication kung ano yung pinakang ceiling, ceiling price natin for SLP. Pero yeah, sobrang tagal pa niyan. Sobrang layo pa niya. So I hope you're not entering into any trades for Bitcoin right now kasi there's no actually foreseeable movement pa other than the moving averages. Sand? Sige, tingnan natin yung sand. Sand. And then after nito, tingnan natin yung Bitcoin dominance. So, sand. Actually, ang ganda ng movement ni sand. So, this is a good moving coin. Good yung movement ng coin. So, we actually had a capitulation. So, let's do a Fibonacci retracement. So, Fibonacci. And this is sand. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Oops, nawawala siya. May nakita akong question, mag-a-Axie Infinity din kayo, Lods. Sa akin, hindi pa. Medyo busy yung oras ko for Axie. Pero gusto ko siya i-try. Sadyang kulang lang yung oras ko as of this moment. So hanggang technical analysis and trading lang muna ako. Pero yeah, if I had the time, siguro mag-a-Axie Infinity ako. Can I send a tip to TA coin? Yup, sure. You could just also comment down yung gusto niyo mo. You could also comment down the coin you want to request. So for sand, we are actually having this major resistance at the point 52 cents area for this level. So this is a level which you could actually check out, 52 cents. And if we have a 4-hour candle close above that area, that would indicate now we could go higher for this movement. Pero look at this, guys, sa kanyang shorter time frame. Let's look at the shorter time frames. We are starting to get possibly some declining RSI. So ito, RSI is declining. Oops, delete ko lang siya. RSI is starting to decline. Ayan. Actually, we came off from a bearish divergence din dito. So, kaya nagkaroon siya ng dump. So, ayun, no, nagkaroon ng dump dahil may bearish divergence. And sa ngayon, overbought si Sand. So, this is not a good time to enter. This is selling opportunity for Sand. If I were you, I would not enter to Sand ngayon. So, now let's take a quick look naman sa Bitcoin dominance. Before we check into other technical analysis, Bitcoin dominance would be crucial for the whole crypto market. So let's select the 4-hour time frame. So right now Bitcoin dominance is going up. So this would mean altcoins would be weaker against Bitcoin in general. So this is not good for altcoins. So as long as dominance is going up, we might not see a good altcoin season movement. Pero let's say nag-dump to. That's where we're going to see altcoin movement. Pero yeah, I guess not much dito. Dominance is going up, so expect weaker movement from altcoins in the following hours. Sige, let's do, please can you do tell? Yup, sure. Tingnan natin si tell. Anong gamit mo na platform? Binance. So if, I think, tama ba? Si tell is Telcoin. Then after this, let's do XRP and VChain since may mga nag-request din nun. This is actually a good movement for tell. Let's let's try to look for bigger time frame for tell. So for tell actually, you could see now we are getting these some sort of consolidation areas. So Let's, if you're going to notice this, we have some consolidation area from time to time. And I think these areas are good entry and accumulation phase. More likely, this is more of a reaccumulation phase a more than uh, consolidation or accumulation. Before reaccumulation siya. Pero right now, we broke down below the 200 moving average. So we are actually now in a downtrend for Telcoin. So downtrend for Telcoin, as you can see, 200 moving average is way above and price action is way below the 200 moving average. So this could indicate a bearish movement for Telcoin in the coming few hours. But are we going to see a trend reversal? Let's check. Let's check the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, actually meron tayong possible trend reversal. So if you're going to notice this, we have a declining price and then increasing RSI, increasing RSI. You could see this is a bullish divergence. So this would say that we can get a trend reversal to the uptrend, to the upside. So right now we are actually starting to see that movement playing out. And then the resistance which we should be looking out for is this yun nga 50 moving average. So that's an area you should watch out for. Technical analysis doesn't work, bro. All those moving average trend line doesn't work. Don't work. Okay. So yeah, for Telcoin, possible na umakit siya dito up to this 50 moving average. So let's do XRP. So alam ko si XRP is famous dito sa Philippines dahil maraming influencers nagpo-promote na XRP. Ako, I don't promote XRP kasi to be honest, XRP is a pump dump coin for the past 10 years. So I don't invest in XRP. Pero you could swing trade in XRP kasi you would actually see multiple times where XRP would have those lowest point and then magkakaroon siya ng pump. In fact, you could see multiple times na nagkakaroon kasi as what I've been telling you, XRP is a pump and dump coin. You could see, let's hide this moving averages muna. You could actually see na every time XRP is going below the, let's say around 43 RSI. If below the RSI 43, if below the 43 index na RSI, and you could see actually, na if you enter at this level, you could actually see a pump for XRP. So this would indicate na the best time to enter XRP palagi is during its capitulation and accumulation. So pag nagpa-pump siya and you entered at this area, don't expect na possible pa na masyadong umakit pa si XRP. However, it is still possible na makita pa din tayo ng XRP market cycle top and mag-break niya yung all-time high. Kasi of course, this bull market will of course pull up more altcoins in the future, in the coming few days or months. And yeah, this was actually the time around April, no altcoin season. So syempre, sumasabay lahat yung mga coins sa altcoin season. And XRP of course is one of them. So ayan no. Sure Gab, yung coffee mo malamig na. Oo nga eh. Thanks kahoy daw for that donation. So XRP right now, I'm expecting more sideway action, not unless we break this area. So for XRP, this is the level you should be watching out for, the 65 cents. 65 cents area is the level you should be watching out for. And if magkaroon tayo ng breakout dyan, expect a resistance again around 68 cents for XRP kasi we are actually seeing some resistance at that area. So, if in cases na mag-pump siya, this would more likely stay at this level for XRP. I'm expecting more sideways action. So let's try to look at the moving averages. So 200 moving average is a crucial movement. Let's look at the 50. So generally, bearish pa din talaga si XRP. We don't have a significant move pa din for XRP in order to flip bullish. So XRP is still going down, especially in the daily. Pero in the daily, if you want to enter XRP for the next few weeks, this is actually one of the best time kasi we are actually below the 200 moving average. So if you are going to look at historical data, the 200 moving average would be actually the best time to enter. So ayan no, the last time you are below the 200 moving average, XRP had a pump of at least 100%. So if gusto mo talaga pumasok sa XRP, this is one of the good times actually to enter. Kahit bumagsak pa to, this can still go down, guys. Take note. This can still go down and play around the lower Fibonacci level area. However, since this is below the 200 moving average, this could indicate na this is already one of the best times to enter talaga for XRP. Shoutout kay Abdul Muhaimin Ali, pa-shoutout naman sir, admin from Marawi. 100k still possible for before still 100k still possible for Bitcoin before the bear market. Yep, in fact, Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve is projecting a 134k maximum market cycle top as of this moment. 134k ang maximum sa ngayon. So, so far so good and we are very on track for Bitcoin. So, there is nothing really na you should be worrying. VeChain, sige, VeChain. So, si VeChain actually, isa siya sa mga magagandang project. So, let's look at VeChain. Maraming nakikita ko sa ano sa Facebook na nawawala na ng pag-asa sa VeChain. Parang ang baba na daw kasi ng value niya. Pero take note, andito talaga tayo sa ating sa correction phase. So pag correction phase, expect mo talaga na ano na babagsak talaga lahat ng coin. So if you're going to if you're going to look at these times, this is actually the best buying opportunity regardless kasi if you're going to look at correction phase as something scary or something na mawawalan ka ng pera, that's not how you look at the crypto market. Kasi as yung mga lagi nilang sinasabi, bull markets can make you money but bear markets can make you rich. So this is actually the best time to enter any coins for the long term. So mas maganda magpodega ngayon regardless kung anong coin susundan mo. Pero of course, number one pa din is Bitcoin, number two, Ethereum, number three, top market cap coins, and then yung mga top performing coins. So I believe BChain is one of the top performing coins then if you're going to look at the altcoin season index. Pero yeah, we'll skip that for this video. So for VeChain, we are actually below the 200 moving average and this is actually a good time to enter for VeChain for the long term kasi we are very down below dito sa ating levels ni VeChain. Pero look at this. If, let's say, nag-decline pa further si VeChain, let's say, nagkaroon pa ng dump pa lalo. Alam ko marami malulungkot dito pag nag-dump pa lalo si VeChain. Pero ito, if nag-dump pa lalo si VeChain, this is not bad. Kasi, look at the RSI. RSI is increasing. So this is healthy for a coin if we are getting decline and the RSI is increasing. We could say na, let's say, this went down below pa further kasi nag-decline. RSI you can see na RSI is still having higher lows, which would indicate na we can get a trend reversal to the upside. So regardless. Wow, thanks for that Ella27. Napakalaking donation. Thank you very much for your support. Shoutout sa'yo. So yeah, that's VeChain for the long term. And then let's look at VeChain naman for the short term. So for the short term, of course, nasa downtrend pa din tayo kay VeChain. Pero ito, meron tayong nakikitang bullish divergence. So tinan mo to. Declining price, increasing RSI. That's a good sign for a trend reversal. So trend reversal siya. And right now we are seeing that playing out. We are actually going up. However, look at this movement. We could say that this is possibly forming a rising wedge. Rising wedge is a bearish pattern. So let's say this continues. This can go down kasi a rising wedge is a bearish pattern. So itong bullish divergence is just a short-term trend reversal. However, if magkaroon tayo na rejection sa mga moving averages, that's where we might possibly go down. And actually, we are starting to get some rejection dito sa ating 50 moving average in the early time frame. So possible na bumagsak pa lalo si VeChain. Pero if magkaroon tayo ng 4-hour candle close above this, let's look at the 20 moving average. If magkaroon tayo ng 4-hour candle close above the 20 moving average, this would indicate na pataas na tayo for VeChain. Pero ang significant levels na kailangan nyo tingnan for VeChain is the 100 moving average. Kasi, ayan no, every time VeChain tries to break the 100 moving average, then natin malalaman kung mag-flip to bullish na tayo. So, we tested this once, pero nag-reject tayo. So, that's not yet the pump. And then, we tested this again, pero nag-reject tayo ulit. That's not yet the pump. So, what does this tells us is, in order to say na bullish na tayo for VeChain, for VET overall, is kailangan nyo ng candle ng movement above the 100 moving average. Or better yet, kailangan natin ng movement above the 200. So, if VeChain would play around the 100, between the 100 and 200 for a long time, that can be a good sign. Pero, if hindi niya masustain yung 100 moving average na support in the 4-hour time frame, that would not lead to any pump for VeChain. Kasi, ang lakas na rejection natin palagi sa ating 100 moving average areas. So ayun no. Ever since nung nag-start mag-dump yung Bitcoin, ever since nung correction phase, nagkakaroon tayo ng strong rejection dito sa ating 100 moving average. So, kailangan nyo talaga tingnan sa 100 moving average for VeChain. Ano po possible price ni VeChain in this bull market, Sir Gap? Let's try Fibonacci. Hindi ko pa siya na-try ng Fibonacci dito. Hindi ko to ma-Fibonacci guys kasi medyo recent pa lang yung data niya. Pero ito, ano ba to? Kasi ako kasi pag gumagawa ko ng Fibonacci, kailangan ko malaman kung lowest point na ba yun. Pero since ito hindi ko alam kung lowest na ba to, possible na bumagsak pa kasi siya, hindi ako naglalagay ng ganong Fibonacci. Maglalagay lang kasi ako usually ng Fibonacci pag lowest point na siya talaga. May lowest point na. Kasi let's say, hindi pala yun yung lowest point. Hindi lalong bumagsak to. Ang mangyayari, may invalidate yung iyong Fibonacci retracement. So, I would only draw a Fibonacci retracement if nagkaroon na nga tayo ng capitulation talaga. So kapag nag-apply ka ng Fibonacci, sa bodies ba or sa wicks? Thank you in advance. Ako sa wick. Gusto ko sa wick. From wick to wick ako. Meron din ako actually tutorial video for Fibonacci retracement. You could actually check. You could actually check that tutorial videos. May playlist ako dito sa link down below. So pwede mo siya i-check doon. Thanks again, Jonel, for the donation again. More likely to go down or up? Go up, BNB po. For me, it will more likely go up. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, if magkaroon tayo ng support dito sa 100 moving average, if mag-support tayo dyan, we could have a pump to the upside. And look at this, BNB is not yet overbought. However, this is a warning. Meron tayong rising wedge. And a rising wedge is a bearish pattern. So, if mag-break to, traditionally, ang rising wedge would go to the downside. So, this would go down if na-break natin itong rising wedge. So, right now, if I were you, I would not enter into any BNB trade. Pero, kung ako sa'yo, magbobodega pa din ako ng BNP for the long term kasi magandang coin si BNB and top 3 siya, I believe. Top 3 o top 4 for the top altcoins sa crypto market space. So, as long as nasa major cap coins ka, it's always good to buy major cap coins like Ethereum, Cardano, Binance. And speaking of Cardano, let's take a quick look naman kay Cardano. So for Cardano, we are still bearish pa din, pero this is actually a level to watch out for, which is the 200 moving average. And ever since wala pa tayong breakout for the 200 moving average. So, ito. So recently, we have been playing around this 100 and 200 moving averages for Cardano. So in order to flip bullish for Cardano, kailangan natin ma-break itong 200 moving average. Pero if not, this would more likely play around this area pa din between the 100 moving average and the 200. So not unless magkaroon tayo ng breakout from this level, we are still bearish pa din for Cardano. Pero if we have a candle close for our candle close and masustain yung kanyang movement above the 200 moving average, yung tayo more likely tataas for Cardano. So siguro let's take a last look for Bitcoin. And yeah, as what I've been telling you, tama yung nangyari nga. So you could see na itong 20 moving average in the 15-minute time frame is previously acting as a support. And if na-break natin siya, this would more likely go down. And yun nga, na-break natin siya. So our next support for this is the 50 moving average. So in the early, kailangan natin ng hindi early. Kailangan ng 4-hour time frame candle close above the 100 moving average in order to flip bullish. Pero sa ngayon, wala tayong nakikitang ganong movement. So, we are not actually 100% bullish pa for Bitcoin. One last coin before we end this video. Let's take a look at ICP naman. May nag-request. So, yeah, this is our last one. Actually, sa ICP, hindi ko siya mati-TA ng diretso kasi, yeah, wala akong bibigyan na TA pag ganyan yung movement. So, yeah. Kulang yung data mo at hindi significant yung move niya para magkaroon ng significant breakout. Pero sa very short term, wala siyang bullish divergence. Saka wala din. Let's look at the 50-minute. Not much talaga for ICP. Kasi RSI niya hindi ganun consistent para masabing magkakaroon ng trend reversal or somehow. So malabo pang umakyat ngayon si ICP as of this moment. Unless magkaroon tayo ng consolidation area or somehow na breakout at the moving averages. Kasi yung moving average niya sa 4 hour, way below pa din tayo for the moving average, oh. So no significant movement talaga pa for ICP. Not unless mag-break tayo above the 200 moving average na 4 hour. So let's look at Bitcoin one last time before we end this video. Sa ngayon, I expect Bitcoin to move sideways. Pero if na-break natin yung 100 moving average in the 4 hour, that's the only time where we're going to see a pump for Bitcoin. Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa natin na-break yung 100 moving average in the 4 hour, so there's no significant movement. So, tandaan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, guys. If walang breakout, do not trade that movement kasi more likely sugal yun kasi hindi mo alam kung magpa-pump or dump. Always trade if meron tayong breakout from a moving average or sa mga patterns. Kasi if wala namang significant movement, unless kung magaling ka mag-scalping, then that's a good trading opportunity. Pero if hindi ka naman, hindi ka expert sa scalping at hindi mo naman makuha yung mga diretsong movement, I would suggest na not to enter any trade. In fact, ang ginagawa ko talaga is meron akong hodl position sa coin para regardless kung mag-pump or dump, kahit wala akong entry na trade, at least meron akong hodl position na let's say biglang nag-pump tapos wala akong tinetrade. At least meron akong nakahawak na hodl position sa spot wallet. So kaya mahalaga ang spot position nyo guys, yung hodl position nyo. Kasi let's say sideways yung action tapos hindi mo alam kung mag-pump and dump. At least pag may hodl position ka, if ever na biglang nag-breakout, naka-position ka at ready ka. So kaya lagi ko pinapromote yung spot kasi yun nga, yun yung guaranteed na mas may magandang position rather than yung mga short-term trades. So anyway, let's end this video now and thanks guys for watching. Thanks sa mga dumaan. If you find this video informative and useful, please give this video a like. Thank you sa mga nag-donate and nagbigay ng kanilang support at the YouTube Super Chat. And if you want to see more signals like this, you could actually join our Facebook, Telegram, and Discord group. Link is in the description below. And if you want to see more contents like this, please hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out emergency videos like this. So I'll see you guys in the next video and bye bye for now.